Let's get it, baby. Woo! Wow! Woo! It is freaking cold in here, bro. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good day. We're back in the garage, as you can see. About to finish up this Ducati. Just got to do a few things on it. Put the wheels on and the chain. Put the front turn signals on because they're off right now. Other than that, it'll be ready to rock. Today I wanted to talk about actually how I was saved and how I really met Jesus. So I've actually known Jesus all my life, I would say, ever since I was born. My mom was a Christian, but my sister and I we never really saw it for what it was. We didn't believe pretty much all of our lives. My sister still doesn't believe. And I didn't want anything to do with Jesus. I thought it was ridiculous. The reason why was really because I never saw him for what he did. I never noticed the things that he provided me with and my family with and the blessings he's given me. Though growing up, my best friends were all Christians pretty much. My buddy Justin, as you guys know, from Just in Time Lawn Care, and my buddy Christian they were both Christians. And I would go to youth group with them sometimes. But I never went there because I was interested in becoming Christian. I only went there because they were going there and I wanted to hang out with them. But I didn't believe. I needed evidence. That's why I told people. But where that all started to change was when I started working at where I work. Where I work is a completely Christian shop. It was founded by two amazing people I've grown to love and admire and appreciate. That's where I actually was saved, which is amazing in itself. What happened was that I was just working there as you normally would, just doing my thing, and one of my coworkers came up to me and he just straight up was just starting to talk about Jesus and the Lord, and also mostly about hell and how hell is real. And he was pretty much just telling me that he was concerned because I told him, when he asked me if I was saved, I told him no, of course, because I didn't believe. But he just started telling me, man, I'm worried for you because you're not saved. I don't want you going to hell. And he was just preaching all this stuff. And at first I was like, man, how do I get out of this conversation? How do I get away from this? Because it was uncomfortable. And those conversations are always going to be uncomfortable. After that day, I just went home, didn't think much of it. Honestly, I kind of joked around with my sister and was like, yeah, they're already trying to get me to be a Christian. So I was making jokes with her before knowing it was a Christian. A couple weeks went by and he came up again and asked me the same thing. He's like, yo man, what are you thinking? He was just following it up, and it was kind of the same thing, being that I just didn't believe, blah blah blah. He kept talking to me more about it, but that time I actually started to think about it. And when he left, it was just, I wasn't considering it, but I just couldn't get it off my mind. Couldn't stop thinking about it. Every day I worked, just all the time, I just kept thinking about it. At one point, he talked to me again about it, and after we had that conversation, I was at lunch. I remember just sitting in my car and I said the prayer, and I just, something clicked and I just felt it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to take the leap of faith and believe in this stuff. And from that day on, I just started thinking differently, and I felt different about life and my purpose. There was like a couple weeks I said I believed, I said the prayer, but I wasn't like 100% locked in, But I did take that leap of faith. And after those couple of weeks, I just began to see things so much different. I think God was really just showing himself to me, just like, yo, man, look, I'm here. And that was the coolest freaking thing ever. What really got me thinking, I remember the first time, I think when God showed me himself, was the sunset. I remember just looking at that sunset and thinking like, man, this is God. How could, there's all this science stuff. Think about how perfect our world is for us. We've got these engines that run on gasoline, a perfect fuel for them that allows us to get places that people years ago would have only dreamed of. If you really take a look around you and just look at humanity as it is, there's no way that there isn't a God. I mean, seriously, how do you get to work every day? Your freaking car. Your car that burns gasoline perfectly at the perfect timing, at the perfect pressures, that can move you at excessive speeds to where you need to be. How perfect is that? Like, this earth has the perfect, absolute perfect materials to allow us to live a comfortable life. We're able to make incredible food. We're able to play these sports. We're able to communicate with each other. The temperature outside, the weather is perfectly survivable. Perfect for us. The clouds, the sky is beautiful. It's just everything works together so well. It's like there's no way that could be a coincidence. Everything works together. Everything works together perfectly for us to be able to do this. It's just amazing. Thinking about that is what really showed me that God is real and God made this earth and created all this. There's no one else that could have done this. There's no science that could have done this. It was no coincidence that this planet is perfectly habitable for us. Ever since I was saved, I've just been working on sanctification, doing the best I can for the Lord, and really fulfilling His purpose. Praying every night, reading the Bible every night. Life has never been better. I've never been happier.